When you're alone with your thoughts, you get an idea of what your thoughts actually are. If you live your life just acting constantly on the momentum of other people's expectations, of you wanting to be liked by these other people, you can run into a trap, and you set up a life that you didn't really want. You're fucked. You're trapped in this situation where you have a mortgage, you've got credit card bills, you got student loans you have to pay, you have a bunch of shit going on that you have to continue to feed. And all that, and especially if you have a family and you have to feed them, oh my goodness, then you're fully locked in. You can't take any chances whatsoever. And oftentimes people make the mistake of getting stuck. And it is just a tactical mistake, just like it would be a mistake if you got stuck on a video game. Just like it would be a mistake if you followed a map incorrectly and you get stuck in the woods. Your life is certainly some sort of a journey. It's certainly some sort of a journey. And we have to all be aware that when we're making journeys, we're not going to always make the right steps. And sometimes you have to back up and try again. And if you're in a position where you can't back up and try again, you've trapped yourself. And the system will set out honeypots for people to get trapped in. The system will set out the ideas of retirement, the ideas of the golden years, providing you benefits, providing you a healthy work environment. Why? Well, because they want people to work for them. They don't want people to realize their own dreams and escape. And that's a fucking pain in the ass. So you got to hire more people and train them, and they want to set it up so that you stick around. Stick around in some sort of an unsatisfying world. It's up to you to see that video game problem, to see that issue as it comes up on the map. No, I think this is a right turn. To see all the problems that could potentially lay in front of you and calculate your future. And then also look around all the people that didn't do it and look at the misery that they're in and learn that you don't want to be like them. And then look at the people that have kind of taken chances and navigated their way. What did they do differently than you? What objectivity do they have that maybe you lack? What insight into their own mistakes are they willing to delve into that you're not, that you step back and you go, you know, I just don't want to look at myself that closely. But the person who's able to look at themselves the closest is going to get the more rational results.
Hiya, Joe, old boy.
The moment you accept the paycheck, your brain goes dead. He says, as long as you're hungry, you'll think.
Because you need a job, because you're in debt, because you have credit cards, because you have student loans, because that's what everybody does. And so you do it too. That's what's wrong. Let them figure it out on their own.
Many people are working in jobs that don't do anything for the world or the company they're working for. One of the qualifications is that it's really kind of a worthless job. It's not really doing anything. If you really want to torture a person, not only give them like the job of pouring a glass of water in an empty glass and pouring it back, but then add to it that they have to deceive their boss into thinking that they're like doing an important job or they lose their jobs.
Everyone has a different personality. They have different interests, different things that they would be really satisfied pursuing. That's not encouraged. What's encouraged is go find some place that you can shove yourself into. Go find a square hole that you can stick your round peg and just jam it in there and shave down the top and the bottom so you slide in with all this extra space on the sides and feel like shit for the rest of your life.
How many people here work somewhere but really want to have their own business or hustle? Raise your hands. A lot. Let me tell you why most of the hands that just went up will never get there. They buy dumb shit. Do you know how many people here literally drive cars to impress people that they fucking hate? People literally going in debt or getting further from leaving the job they don't like to do something that will make them happy because they have to buy a certain car that has a logo that impresses people that they fucking despise. Do you understand how fucked up that is? Do you know how many people here live in homes where they don't use more than half the rooms in the house? Why you are living your life based on other people's opinions.
I can easily fall into self-seeking and depression and self-pity and judgment. It's a bit of a default, awful, destructive behavior. You're entertaining in your head.
I think that a lot of people that are really great at things, they're not very satisfied with their work. And then that can start that cycle in their head of self-loathing and anxiety and anger at their performance or their work. And then that can lead to depression. That can lead to just self-hate. I think we could all fall into those. I'm ruthlessly self-critical. And for me, sometimes it's very hard to step outside and just take a pause and recognize that not everything's going to be right the first time you try it.
6 years at a job I felt stuck in. Maybe I was afraid of change. I hated that job, and I clung to that job. My dream of running a theater company with my friend had died. So I had no heat, no girlfriend, no acting agent. At 29, walking away from data processing, I was terrified. What I didn't have was cash, a bank account, a credit card, or an apartment. I just had debt. Big, hungry, growing larger every moment debt. But this made me very hungry, literally. I couldn't be lazy.
Can't do that, I don't have time. Because it's an escape. It's an escape, you know what I mean? It's easy to say I can't afford it. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't go to the gym. You know, when you could go to the gym, but no, I can't. Truth is, I'm just too lazy to go to the gym.
I told myself, the next acting job I get, no matter what it pays, I will, from now on, for better or worse, be a working actor. Soon something starts to happen. Trust me. A rhythm sets in. And I've worked as an actor ever since. The world might say you are not allowed to yet. Please, don't even bother asking. Don't bother telling the world you are ready. Show it. Do it.
The thing is that we become creatures of our own habits. And until we break the habit, we don't change.
I think there's a lot of people out there like that, and for some awful reason, they never find whatever it is that can break them free. They never catch a ride on that river out. And I realized that like these unconventional paths, they brought me something that I wasn't getting from regular life. From then on, I'd kind of like locked into this thing where I'm just gonna do what I like and fuck what everybody says, because everybody's giving me advice to do this and advice to do that, and it never seems to be what I want to do.
And I was like, so if nobody knows, then I have to trust me. I have to know for me. Nobody's happy who doesn't get to be themselves.